Dear Mr. JLUV, which Japanese booster box should I buy? Yours sincerely, Joe Mama. Alright peeps, today we have got Skyscraping Perfect, known in Japan as摩天パーフェクト. This is one of the latest Japanese sets, the one with Duraludon on the front, and it features about 1/3 of the cards from Evolving Skies. Now this is an extremely underrated set, in my opinion of course. It is packing some really cool special arts. It's got the Noivern V special art. That one's illustrated by Mitsuda Arata. There's a really nice Duraludon V special art illustrated by Naoki Saito. There is the okJLUV V special art. There is also the Raihan full art trainer. And there is the really cool Suicune V full art. Skyscraping Perfect released in Japan on the 9th of July 2021. And there are 67 cards inside of it. 23 extra secret rares. So it is another really big Japanese set. Now I do really think that this is a massively underrated set. The main reason for that is that it's still, didn't even open it up, bloody hell. The main reason for that is because it is still pretty affordable. And by affordable, I mean, it's not getting scalped, it's not getting flipped. You can still buy this very close to the retail price, which is 4,950 yen. So if you can find this for about 60, 70 USD tops, that is a pretty good price. Now, booster pack artwork, again, it's lacking in the Sword and Shield series. It's nowhere near as good as it was with Sun and Moon. These packs just don't compete against the likes of Champion Road and Dream League, but what can you do? It's got Duraludon on the front, you know what it is. But I have really enjoyed my time opening this set. I've opened it a few times. Most of the time I've opened it over at twitch.tv/okJLUV. Go and throw me a follow. You'll get the noti when I go live. This is the first time I'm opening it for YouTube. Actually kind of glad because I did want to sort of let the hype wave over everybody and then just get to this one a little bit later when I'm a bit more relaxed. So here we go. First pack of Skyscraping Perfect. We got Brostar. We got Shimbora. Ebiwara. Alright, there you go, bang. The first V card is the Lycanroc V. This one is illustrated by Planetatsuji. It's not bad, honestly. Like, I've been saying this in the last few pack opening videos I've done for Sword and Shield sets. They are getting better. The V cards are getting a little bit more palatable. So, a really cool Lycanroc V. And behind that, we got Diodor. Honestly, it's actually kind of a good thing that it is as underrated as it is because it does mean that it remains pretty affordable. And that's why, you know, when people start asking me, because I get asked this all the time, what the best booster box to buy is, I'm gonna start recommending Skyscraping Perfect for a few reasons. We got Gureguru. I swear this artist is so good. I gotta bring this card back to talk about it. It is the Krogunk and it's illustrated by Nagominijo, who is one of my favorite new TCG artists. I've spoken about them heaps. I cannot get enough of their cards. I hope they get a special art soon. Okay, behind that we got Raihan. Pudding. Pudding, really cute Jigglypuff. The Japanese word for pudding is actually pudding. I actually love the background on this card. I cannot get enough of it. Alright, the first rare is the Dialga and it is very nice. Notice the Dragon Claws here. They're totally different to the Evolving Skies Dragon Claws. I don't know what they were thinking with the English version of the claws. It just does not look as good as the Japanese print. But what can you do? Japanese cards are far superior. We got Twin Energy. I'll probably get in trouble for saying that, but you know, you just can't deny the truth. Japanese card quality is way better. When they're making design decisions like that, where they're making the claw, it's not even symmetrical. If that is that even the word to use? It's not pleasing aesthetically on the eyeballs. We got Gureguru again. Yasu. Jihedo. Anohorigrabu, and behind that, the lovely Absol. This is one of the cards that I reckon should have been a rare because the illustration is so cool. Doesn't really take away that it's not a rare, but with the silver borders, it would have hit a little bit nicer, I reckon. But yeah, the reason why I am recommending Skyscraping Perfect as one of the Japanese sets you should look out to buy is because it's so affordable. It is so affordable. It's hovering around the 5,000, 6,000 yen mark on the resale market, which is still extremely close to retail. So it does mean if you want to import it, it's about 60 to 70 USD, which is about what you should be paying tops for a Japanese set. Now, I know the climate is so different now and Japanese sets are way more popular, but that is still a relatively okay price point, in my opinion. Hyapu. Ebiwara. Chiruto. Okay, that is the secret rare. That is the Suicune. And that is the card that I was talking about at the start of the video. And that is one of the cards you love to see. Suicune V It is a full art, but it has such a fantastic background, and it's one of the legendary dogs. I know people are going to say, wait, Suicune's a dog? I go with dog. I know people go with cat. I go with dog for the legendaries. But yeah, a really fantastic card. This one is illustrated by Ayaka Yoshida, who I'm pretty sure illustrates a lot of the V cards as well as some of their V full arts. I know they've done Alakazam from Shocking Volt Tackle. So yeah, really cool V full art. I was about to say special art again. Awesome card to hit. It is one of the cards that you do want to hit from this set. And Gigidon. Well, you know what that means, peeps. We are gonna be simping out here for a double SR box because that is super early. If I don't see another super rare, I am gonna be, you know what, I'm gonna be a little bit upset because when you do find a super rare at the start, you do feel like your chances of finding a second one after a little bit higher. There's no science to it. It's just gut feel. We got Bakechar. Udeppo. This one's good for Clauncher. Mizudeppo is the Japanese word for water pistol. Ude is the Japanese word for arm. So Clauncher's Japanese name is pretty fitting for the design of the Pokemon. They have a water pistol in their arm. It makes sense in Japanese. English name, really, I don't see the relevance, but yeah, Japanese got a pretty cool name. Behind that, we got Monozu. Bang, there you go. That is the Lycanroc VMAX illustrated by Mitsuhiro Arita, and it is another really cool card from this set. Always cool to see Arita illustrations, especially VMAX form. So that's very nice to find, and Kiba and I would love to find their full art today. So a few people have been asking me recently about how they can help support the channel. The easiest way to support the channel is to just like, leave a comment, and subscribe. But I have opened up membership. So membership is now available on the YouTube channel. I've put a couple options there. I think they're pretty affordable. If you're feeling generous, feel free to sign up. I'm not gonna paywall anything that I'm already doing because I don't really believe in that. You get a few emotes and you also get my eternal gratitude. So do feel free to check it out. We got Hyaki, Shimbora, Makunoshita, Shinkano Oko, and Nyaikingu. There is a huge variety of cards in these sets, and that's why I really do think Skyscraping is a fun set to open. When I say a great option for new collectors, I do truly mean it. It doesn't have the most popular cards. There's no Charizards. There's obviously no Rayquaza in this set, but a lot of the special arts, I mean, all of them really are fantastic. It does have the awesome Raihan full art trainer, and you've got cards like Suicune inside of it too. So it's a great entry point, especially because of how affordable it is. We got Uru, Makunoshita, Hyaki. Bang. Okay, there is the other VMAX. We might get a third, we might not. Dastodasu VMAX, the Garbodor VMAX. You know what? It is just a garbage pile. I was going to say it's a really nice card, but Garbodor ain't the best of Pokemon. From an aesthetic point of view, that is. Would have liked to see another Duraludon VMAX, but what can you do? We might still see it. And behind that, we got Sonansu. Blue Sky Stream is the more popular out of the two S7 sets. One of the big reasons for that inside Japan, more specifically, is because Rapid Strike is a more viable or a more favored type of deck to build around than single strike. So Ichigeki is the Skyscraping Perfect set. All the Rapid Strike cards are inside of Blue Sky Stream. So for that reason, it's super popular in Japan. Worldwide, we all know why it's super popular. It's because of that Rayquaza VMAX. Honestly, Skyscraping Perfect isn't packing a card like that, but it's still just as fun. Zoldor, Uru, go back to school, girl, Rescue Chiari, and Sonansu. Now, this isn't a big, buy signal to go and start pumping up Skyscraping Perfect, but I do really think it's fun. And I get asked it all the time because there are a lot of people that want to get involved with Japanese Pokemon cards. They just can't at the moment. They're getting priced out from sets that released at the start of the year, which is super disappointing. For the last month or so, it has remained a really affordable set. So I cannot stop talking about it. We got Monomane Musume, another full art card I would love to find. Pukudin for Wigglytuff. Pukuri is the Japanese word for fluffy, or to be partly puffed up. So a very fitting Japanese name there for Wigglytuff. Hasuburero, Rescue Carry, and behind that, Nyaikingu. People get distracted so easily about single chase cards. And when Japanese sets have like this one, for example, 23 secret rares or super rares inside of it, it's very easy to get blindsided by the single chase card and overlook all the other fantastic cards inside of the set. Krefi, Yarukimon. Yaruki is the Japanese word for energetic or to be really eager. Udeppo, there's the Clauncher again. Ananuke no Himo, and Koripo. It can even make you overlook all the regular commons, uncommons, double rares, and triple rares inside of the set. And that's something I've been trying to get people to focus on a little bit more lately, to stop being so distracted by just the super rares and to really appreciate all the other fantastic illustrations in the set. Another perfect example here is this Skarmory. This one's illustrated by Megumi Higuchi, Eamudo in Japanese for Skarmory. Actually, the conceptual name for Skarmory was actually Yoroidori, and if you are an Attack on Titan fan, you may be familiar with that word. Yoroi is the Japanese word for armored, so Yoroi Kyojin is the armored titan, and Tori is the Japanese word for bird. So Yoroidori was the conceptual name. At some point, it changed back to Eamudo. Behind that, we've got Namakero. This one's illustrated by okJLUV, Fukurin, Ichigeki no Makimono. I refuse to say the full name of the scrolls from now on, and Chirutarisu. You know, because ultimately it's those sets at the end of the day, the sets that everybody bypasses and swerves on when they're released, that end up being the cult favorites that people look back on and go, damn, you know, why didn't I open up that set when it was so readily available? We got Graigar, Go Back to School Girl, Rosta, Ananuke no Himo, again, and Koripo. That's what everybody said about sets like Dream League. Dream League was around forever, absolutely all over the place, and people were sleeping on it. And it was a small set too. I'm pretty sure it's got like 47 or something like 55 cards in the regular set. Then you've got the character rares and not that many secret rares. So it's a relatively simple set to master set, but people were just sleeping on it. They were looking past it for so long. We got Graigar, Eamudo, Yarukimon, Shinka no Oko, and Jijidon, illustrated by Tomokazu Komiya. Another fantastic illustration from one of the coolest artists in the TCG. Reality is though that those Sun and Moon sets, you know, they came out in 2019, 2018, so there's no real big surprise that you can't buy them anymore. They are relatively, well, they are extremely old, 2 years old, some of them pushing 3 years old, so it doesn't really surprise me that you can't buy them for retail price anymore. It doesn't really disappoint me either. We got Hyapu, Jihedo, Monomane Musume, bang, another rare that is the Moltres, and that's something I forgot to talk about. Skyscraping Perfect has got the Galarian birds inside of it as the rare, so that is a really cool Galarian Moltres there. Gararu Fire and Pampujin behind that. Would I like it if Sun and Moon sets were more affordable and they weren't super pumped up in price? Of course. I would like it because, you know, there are some sets that I haven't finished. I have a few sets that I've been trying to master that I don't think I'm going to get close to without outlaying the huge single price. But I'm not so surprised. Like, it is inevitable that those will stop being distributed, those will stop being printed. So I can't really be too upset or frustrated that Sun and Moon sets aren't readily available anymore. We got Hustle Ball. This one's really simple. For Lotad, Hasu is the Japanese word for lotus, and Bo could mean a couple of things. It could mean Bozu, which is like Japanese way of saying boy, or it could mean Boshi, which is the Japanese word for hat, so like a lotus hat. So Hasubou there. Shimbora. Yasu. Bang, another rare. This is Soso's first set rare, and it's so pretty. Look at how pretty that is. That one's Rumpapa. You absolutely love to see it. Soso is such a fantastic artist. They actually got a couple of special arts before they got a regular set rare. So that's a really cool one to see. I love the background on it, and the holo just hits very nicely. And the scrolls. It's a problem for recent sets though, for Sword and Shield sets, and it's getting a little bit frustrating that sets like Blue Sky Stream, you know, it's crazy that Skyscraping Perfect, you can get it, you know, close to retail on the secondary market, but when it comes to Blue Sky Stream, you can't get anywhere close to it because everyone's gone crazy over that Rayquaza. We got Bakecha, Graigar, Hasubou, lovely illustration. That one's by Teizero, who is another relatively new artist. Absol should have been a rare. And Full Face Guard. But with Blue Sky Stream, everyone is just getting blindsided. In my opinion, these are my opinions. Original opinions, do not steal. Everybody's just getting blindsided by that Rayquaza. And overall, Blue Sky Stream is a cool set, but like in totality, when you look at all the cards in the set, not as cool as Skyscraping Perfect. Imo. We got Hyapu, Bakecha, Chiruto. You love to see it. You absolutely... You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. I haven't even got words. I got nothing to say here. You love to see it. I'm gonna cry. I actually think I'm gonna cry. You absolutely see it to love. You see it to love it. To love to see it, you love to see it. This is why we do it, people. This is why we do it for this moment. We do it for this moment. I'm gonna cry tears of joy. I'm I am so happy right now. That is why we do it. It is the Raihan full art. You'll love to see it. I haven't got any words. It's illustrated by Kirisaki. They are one of my favorite artists. It was a double hitter, which makes it even better. And it's Raihan. Holy shit. I'm so happy. I actually have got, that's why we do it. Kibana. Raihan full art, illustrated by Kirisaki. What a card. What a pose. What a man. What a smile. What a hunk. Seriously, what a card. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Okay. And Haritayama behind that. Do you see now? Do you see now why I can't get enough of this set? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That is why we do it. I'm so chuffed. I'm gonna be walking around with a huge smile on my face for the rest of the day. I feel so good. We got Bayuru, Gureguru, Zodo, Dokuragu, and behind that we got Anahori Grabu. I don't even know what I was talking about. I actually have completely forgotten what I was talking about. Literally 2 packs ago. I have no idea what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Was I talking about Sword and Shield sets being Blue Sky being overrated? Because I stand by it. That's not even a hot take anymore. Look at that card. Look at this. That's not even a hot take. Blue Sky overrated. Don't at me. We got Hasuburero. We got Chiruto. Pudding. Literally. Gararu Furiza. That is the Articuno. That is one of the other Galarian birds. You'll love to see it. Hopefully we get the Zapdos and this will be a perfect box. What to get? We got Haritayama behind that. I will take 10 of those cards over the Rayquaza any day. And I know what you're gonna say. JLove, you could just sell the Rayquaza and buy 10 of those cards. I don't care. It doesn't feel the same. Buying a single just doesn't feel the same. It takes it away. Master sets where I've completed them, where I've had to buy a majority of the cards as singles, they just don't feel the same. There's no journey. We got Kusuneru. This is a good one in Japanese for Nicket. Kusuneru is the Japanese word for to swipe, to steal, and Kitsune is the Japanese word for fox. You may have heard that before. I feel like that's a pretty standard like word that weebs know. Kitsune. So Kusune for Nicket literally means like the fox that steals. It's pretty literal, which is as literal as Nicket. All right, behind that we got Udepo, Uru, Pampujin, and Chirutarisu. You know, if you buy a single, you can't say, where were you? Where were you when you checked out? Come on. Where were you when you pressed buy it now? I was probably in bed. Where were you when you found Raihan full art? I know where I was. We got Gararunyasu, Ebiwara, Go Back to School Girl, Surikai Kappu, and we got Diodo. There's absolutely no way this is a triple hitter. I have seen triple hitters. I know they exist. S7, I've seen a few people get triple hitters, but I don't care. If this is, I don't give a shit if this is a triple rare. This is me run that potty mouth. We got Zoldo, Monomane Musume, Grayom, Surikai Kappu, and Koripo. This is Twitch JLove bleeding over into YouTube JLove. They are two totally different people, but at this point I'm losing track of which personality I am. They're bleeding into one. I think we're slowly losing YouTube JLove. I'm so sorry, YouTube frogs. We got Hyaki, Bayuru, which literally just means double wool because uru is a gairaigo word for wool. It's an English loan word, a Japanese loan word that borrows from English, and bai is basically the way of saying double in Japanese. So Bayuru, Shimbora. Bang, there's the next V card, Duraludon V. That is a V card, and it's illustrated by Planeta Mochizuki. So you love to see it. Duraludon V. I just said that like English and Japanese, but whatever. I'm buzzing. We got full face guard behind that. Don't judge a man when he's buzzing. He starts saying things. Anyway, as I was saying, you hate to see Sword and Shield sets getting resold at these crazy prices, but I've been saying this to as many people as I can. And I hope the message gets through eventually. Be patient with these sets. Sun and Moon sets are gone. The horse is bolted. If you missed them, you've missed them. But for Sword and Shield sets, there's no reason why they won't reprint them again. They very well may be reprinting them as we speak. They could be printing them at this very moment because those cards are still needed for play. I've been saying it literally all year. So hold strong, hold the fort on Sword and Shield sets. I got a pretty good feeling they're gonna come back anytime soon. We got Kreffi, Makunoshita. Hey buddy, good to see you again. Kibana, Raihan, and Jijidom. You know, if you do get your hands on some sets, have fun. You know, have fun. It's frustrating that things are expensive, but damn, when you can find something at retail or close to, and you can pack a card like that, it's a feeling, you can't match it. It's an unmatched feeling. It makes the whole thing worth it. It reminds you why you do this, why you collect. We got Namakero illustrated by okJLUV. I love that pose. Brostar, Grayom, Onban V, the Noivern V. That one's illustrated by Ayaka Yoshida as well. So there, like I said, Yoshida-san illustrates a lot of the V full arts and a lot of the double rare Vs as well. So a cool Noivern, and behind that we got Twin Energy. It's a perfect example of a set to get when no one else is looking. While everyone else is distracted, when everyone's looking at EV Heroes and Blue Sky Stream, you got sets like this just sitting there. That's always been the case too. It's the thing with hype beasts is that they'll hype something up and they'll trick you into believing that that's what you're gonna get. When really, if you just look at these sets, go and check out the card list. The card list for these, they're all online, and have a look at what's in the set, and you can see pretty quickly what's going to interest you and what is going to be the best booster box for you, because it's all dependent on what you want to collect. Monozu, Namakero, Puddin, lovely pudding, Dokurogu, and Kessho no Dokutsu. I am so goddamn happy that that was a double hitter. You can't script it. I'm so glad it was Raihan. I am so stoked. I'm so stoked. I will never forget this moment. We got Monozu, Bayuru, Hyaki, Duraludon VMAX. I was not expecting to see a third VMAX out of this box. Usually you only find 2 VMAXs. So there you go, Duraludon VMAX. I'm pretty sure Duraludon is the alloy Pokemon. I was told this by G Money. That's why they look like a big building. I don't know. I don't know the lore behind Duraludon, and I'm not going to pretend to. Behind that, we got Foxurai. I'm running out of space here for all these hits. I can't possibly hold all these hits. Damn, I'm gonna have to open up a box of Blue Sky Stream now to see if the luck can carry on over, because this is actually quite crazy. We got Aomudor, lovely Skyrim. I love the colors on that illustration. Go back to Schoolgirl. Ebiwara. Another rare. This time we've got the Kyurem. Again, really cool dragon claws there up in the corner. It's fun to see dragon Pokemon come back like this. And Foxurai. We're definitely still due to see a couple of more rare cards, so I'm really having a good time here. The other reason why this feels so good for me as well is because I did manage to find this box at retail price, but again, it's because it's so readily available and it's absolutely criminal. We got Hasuburero, Pukurin. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say it's criminal. It's justice. How warped things have become that finding something at retail like this, your first thought is that it's criminal. It's actually justice, and it's the way things should be. We got Pukurin, Chiruto. Another rare, it is the Galarian Zapdos Gararu-sanda. So that's all 3 of them in one box. What I'm saying, this box is actually heated. It is stacked. And behind that, we got Twin Energy. We couldn't possibly find another super rare or a hyper rare. Nah, we couldn't. There's no way. It's not possible. It's not within the realms of reality. Let's go. We got Kusune. We got Puddin. Kudefi. We got the Golek V. That's a good find though. That is a really cool card. I like the background on it. Illustrated by Esuke Yoshinobu. A really cool V card. And again, perfect example of V cards looking better than they ever have for Sword and Shield sets. And Kessho no Dokutsu. So overall, that was actually a stacked box. Make sure to come and follow me over at twitch.tv/okJLUV. Let me know what you want to see me open next. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Until then, you can follow me at socials, you can join Discord, and I will see you later. That's why, squad. That's why we're squadding up. That's why it's a squad. We're playing together. We are going to defeat the MILFs. We are going to fight against the mums.